December 2nd, 2014. My name's Mince. I'm with Tampa Food Not Bombs. I've been on a hunger strike for 9 days in protest of the sharing ban and all other homeless hate laws in the city of Fort Lauderdale.
And I'm on day 9 of a hunger strike.
My name is Betty Jo. It's December 2nd, and I'm on my 5th day of hunger strike. A hunger strike precipitated by the homeless hate laws enacted in Fort Lauderdale on October 31st.
My name is Farrell, and today I end my 4th day of not eating.
I seek to bring as much attention to the cruelty and inhumanity of these laws and the perpetrators and enforcers of these laws.
I act in resistance to a series of ordinances passed by the city of Fort Lauderdale, and in particular to the food share ban. The food share ban makes a table full of human beings sharing food with other human beings in a public park or at the city beaches into a crime scene.
I've joined this hunger strike for so many reasons. There are times when we have to act. We have to act when laws are passed that tell us we cannot share food with people because they are houseless.
My reasons for being on this hunger strike are simple. On October 31st, Fort Lauderdale passed an ordinance that banned the actions of outdoor food sharing. This is directed at the homeless community and labeled a homeless hate law.
In Tampa, where I share, I've built relationships with many of the homeless that I share with. I've learned that many of them are incapable of supporting themselves due to injury or mental illness. The only things that they have, they carry on their backs. A kind gesture is the only thing that keeps them going most days. When Fort Lauderdale criminalized that kindness, they crossed far over the line.
It's a food share ban which could either imprison or heavily fine a veteran who's 91 years old. A food share ban which caused the arrest of a minor amongst nearly a dozen others for acts of conscience and acts of humanity. It's a food share ban enacted to protect the city's financial interests. We will resist. We will defy.
I am fasting to bring light to the realities that we live in, the realities that the city of Fort Lauderdale are attempting to sweep under the carpet. We live in a society that is completely disconnected to human compassion, a society that profits off of the suffering of others. Public food sharing is just that, a public space for a community to share. There is a difference between a charity and a share. A charity implies that you have sympathy, and sympathy is to feel like you are above someone else. To share is to have compassion. Compassion is to have love for someone as an equal. That is a community.
We have to act when our nation's children are gunned down in our streets by overzealous militarized police and are not held accountable.
I ask Mayor Seiler and all other city officials to repeal those laws and make already difficult lives a little bit more bearable.
A recent article written by Robert Trugrew in the Tampa Bay Times on November 11th of this year stated that 45% of Florida residents, that's about 3.2 million people, cannot afford basic household needs, including childcare, healthcare, transportation, and food. Yet our society easily has enough for everyone. This number was only recorded amongst people living in houses. This number is not including the additional 15% who are houseless.
We have to act when our tax dollars pay for young Palestinians to be gunned down in the street by the same army who trained Ferguson cops. We have to act when our sensibilities can no longer be silenced. It is that time for us to act.
The city of Fort Lauderdale has disgraced itself on the global stage. They will experience no peace until the suffering masses of their city and those who exercise human decency, compassion, and empathy towards them get justice.
As quoted by C.T. Butler and Keith McHenry, it's obvious that the majority of people going hungry are not the stereotyped street persons the media would like you to believe. Hungry people are children, single parents, the working poor, the unemployed, the elderly, the chronically ill, and those on fixed incomes. All of these people find themselves in the clutches of oppressive poverty. So if Fort Lauderdale thinks that poverty is not an aesthetic interest, how many people are they really speaking to? If we don't exist for each other, then why are we existing? And if being compassionate is a criminal act, then what chance at life do we have without love? It's clear to me that most of us don't really have anything else.